Hey everyone, I'm Gary.
And I'm Steve, and today we are going to talk about the wonderful world of file associations. Now, that sounds like it's a really complicated term and that, but it's really not. Basically, a file association simply means that if you have a specific type of file, say like a JPEG, when you double-click your JPEG file, it'll automatically open up in a specific program like, say, Windows Paint or Photoshop.
Right, so for example, let's say you have a document. It ends in .doc. That's the file type. Now, if you double-click that, most of the time Windows is going to want to open it in Microsoft Word because that's what it associates with the file. Now you can change that in Windows just by telling it a different association. So you can make it so if you double-click on a .doc file, it'll open in, let's say, Notepad. You can make it do that, and that's what we're going to show you today.
Yeah, and that would be very ugly, by the way. But there's a lot of other uses too. Like if you have a JPEG, sometimes people get really upset that they double-click the JPEG and it opens up in Windows Preview. And maybe you don't want it in Windows Preview. When you double-click your JPEGs, you want them opening in Photoshop or something. Well, again, we're going to show you how to make all those changes right now.
Yep. So let's go ahead and turn to the computer, and I'll give you a quick demo. Okay, so as you can see here, I have currently our folder open and it just has a picture in it. Just to show you how the file associations work, first of all I'm going to double click on this picture, and when I open it you can see it opens in Paint. Now that means that a file that has the type of JPEG, as you can see here, is associated with the program Paint. Now let's say I don't want to open my program, I don't want to open Paint every time I open a JPEG. What if I just want to open up in the picture viewer and Paint is too much, I don't want to edit them, I just want to see the picture? Well, in order to change that, that's when we're going to change the file associations. So let's go ahead and close out of Paint, and then we're going to go to the Control Panel. So go to Start, go to Control Panel. In the Control Panel we're going to go to Default Programs, and then we're going to click here. It says Associated File Type or Protocol with the program. And we're going to go ahead and click on this. It does take a few seconds to load, because it has to load all the file types. And as you can see here, here's all the different file types that your computer can use. All the dot something something something. They're all the different ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and find JPEG. And there it is right here, .jpg. And we're going to hit Change Program. And it comes up with options. It's going to give you options for what it thinks you might want to open it with. Now obviously if you don't see the program you want to open with here, you can choose Browse and pick a different one. But for our instance here, we're just going to go ahead and choose the Windows Photo Viewer. That's the program that I'd like to have when I double click on a JPEG. That way it doesn't open in Paint for me to edit it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that and hit OK. This is going to refresh. It doesn't take very long at all. And once it's finished, I'll go back here to this picture and I'll double click on it. And as you can see this time, instead of opening in Paint, it opened in the Windows Photo Viewer. And that's really all there is to it.
So there you go. That's how you change your file associations. But one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to just randomly do this. You don't want to say, oh, I want all my JPEGs to open in, say, Excel or something like that. You want to make sure that whatever program you're telling Windows to open your files in, that program is very compatible with those types of files. Otherwise, you're going to get error messages. Then you're going to have to go back through the procedure and do all this again. So we don't want to go there.
Right. So thanks for stopping by. We want to just tell you about our website. If you are watching this on YouTube, stop by worldstart.com. It's a great website. We have all of our computer tips there. You can sign up for our computer tips newsletter, where we send out these new tips every day. And if you have a question for us, go to worldstart.com/ask. Ask your question, and we'll be happy to answer it for you.
Thanks for watching.